My name is not important. What is important is the number on my odometer, 711,000 miles. Same engine, same transmission, never rebuilt, never opened, never failed. 711,000 miles on a vehicle I bought for $26,000 in 2007. In 18 years, I have spent a total of $9,400 on maintenance and repairs. Everything included. Oil, filters, brakes, tires, belts, fluids. The one alternator I replaced at 430,000 miles. $9,400. Over 18 years. That is $43 a month. Less than most Americans spend on coffee. But this video is not about the money. It is about why my truck is still running when identical trucks bought the same year by people I know are sitting in junkyards with seized engines and dead transmissions. They bought the same vehicle. They drove the same roads. They lived in the same climate. The only difference is 12 habits I follow that they do not. 12 habits that cost almost nothing and that I have never seen listed together in any video, any article, or any owner's manual. I am a mechanic, 34 years. I have opened thousands of engines. I have rebuilt hundreds of transmissions. I know exactly what kills cars because I perform the autopsy every single day. Subscribe because this video costs you 15 minutes. Ignoring it will cost you $15,000. Habit 1. Change oil at 5,000 miles. Not what the manual says. My manual says 10,000 miles. I change at 5,000. Every time. No exceptions. The manufacturer sets long intervals to make ownership look cheap on the window sticker. They are optimizing for the sale, not for the engine. At 10,000 miles in real-world driving, summer heat, highway dust, cold starts, the oil is degraded past the point where it protects bearings and cam lobes. An oil change costs $45 at 5,000 miles. An engine rebuild costs $8,000. In 34 years of fixing cars, the single most common cause of engine death is owners following the manufacturer's interval instead of a shorter one. Habit 2. Warm up by driving, never by idling. Every cold morning, I start the engine, wait 10 seconds for oil pressure, and drive immediately, gently, under 2,000 revolutions per minute for the first 5 minutes. No hard acceleration, just easy driving until the temperature gauge moves. Idling keeps the engine at low RPM, where oil pressure is minimal and fuel wash on the cylinder walls is maximum. Fuel wash strips the oil film and accelerates ring wear. Gentle driving warms the engine 3 times faster than idling. Every engine I have opened that was idled to warm up shows more cylinder wear than engines driven gently from cold. Habit 3. Cool down the turbo every time. My truck is naturally aspirated, but I include this because it is the single most expensive habit American truck owners ignore. If your truck has a turbo, let it idle for 60 to 90 seconds after highway driving or towing before shutting down. The turbo is spinning at over 150,000 revolutions per minute at temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Kill the engine instantly and the oil in the turbo bearing carbonizes. Repeat this 100 times and the bearing is destroyed. Turbo replacement on an F-150 EcoBoost, $3,000 to $5,000 per side. On a Silverado 2.7, $2,800 to $4,000. 60 seconds of idling prevents all of it. Habit 4. Change transmission fluid every 40,000 miles. My manual says lifetime fluid. My 34 years of rebuilding transmissions says that is a lie. I have never, not once, opened a failed automatic transmission and found clean fluid inside. Every single one had fluid that was burnt, dark, and full of particulate. The fluid is not lifetime. It is designed to last until the warranty expires. I drain and fill at 40,000 miles. It costs $80. A transmission rebuild costs between $3,000 and $6,000. The maths are not complicated. Habit 5. Check fluids every Sunday morning. 5 minutes every Sunday. Oil level, coolant level, brake fluid color, transmission fluid, pull the dipstick, check color and smell. Look under the truck for spots. A slow coolant leak caught on Sunday costs $10. The same leak ignored for a month costs $3,000 in a head gasket. Dark brake fluid caught on Sunday costs $60 to flush. The same fluid boiling on a mountain road costs your life. 5 minutes a week, 4 hours and 20 minutes per year. Habit 6. Never let the fuel tank drop below a quarter. The fuel pump is cooled by the fuel surrounding it. Below a quarter tank, the pump is partially exposed. It overheats. It sucks sediment from the bottom of the tank. It dies early. Fuel pump replacement between $500 and $1,200. Filling up at a quarter tank instead of waiting for the light. Free. In 700,000 miles, I have never replaced a fuel pump. Stop. 6 habits. All free or nearly free. all proven across 711,000 miles. The next 6 are the ones that separate a truck that reaches 300,000 miles from one that reaches 700,000. Hit like and let us continue. Habit 7. Follow the severe service schedule always. Every owner's manual has 2 maintenance schedules, the normal schedule that dealerships follow and the severe service schedule nobody mentions. Severe service means frequent short trips, extreme temperatures, dusty conditions, towing, or stop-and-go traffic. That describes how every single American drives. There is not a driver in this country who qualifies for the normal schedule. Severe service costs approximately $200 more per year than the normal schedule. It extends the life of every component by 30 to 50%. I have followed it for 700,000 miles. Habit 8. Replace coolant every 3 years. The manual says 5 years or 100,000 miles. I change at 3 years regardless of mileage. After 3 years in a hot engine, it starts attacking internal gaskets, the water pump seal, and the radiator core from the inside. A coolant flush costs $40. A radiator replacement costs $800. A head gasket costs $1,500 to $3,000. A water pump, $600. All caused by old coolant, all prevented by a $40 flush. Habit 9. Rotate tires every 7,000 miles. Uneven tire wear creates vibrations. Vibrations stress wheel bearings, ball joints, tie rod ends, and steering rack bushings, components that cost between $300 and $1,500 each. The suspension components on my truck are original at 700,000 miles. That is not luck. That is rotation. Habit 10. Clean the throttle body every 30,000 miles. Carbon and oil vapor residue accumulate on the throttle plate and bore. The idle gets rough. The engine stumbles. Most owners pay $300 at the dealer for a cleaning. I buy a can of throttle body cleaner for $8 and do it myself in 15 minutes. Over 700,000 miles, that difference alone has saved me over $5,000. Habit 11. Replace brake fluid every 2 years. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the atmosphere. After 2 years, the boiling point has dropped enough to be dangerous. After 3 years, the moisture is corroding brake lines, calipers, and master cylinder from the inside. A brake fluid flush costs $50. Replacing corroded brake lines costs $600 to $1,500. A seized caliper, $400. A master cylinder, $500 to $800. Habit 12. Keep a handwritten log of everything. Every oil change, every fluid, every filter, every inspection, every observation, date, mileage, cost, notes, written in a notebook that lives in the glove box. This log does 3 things. It forces discipline. I cannot skip a service when the blank page is staring at me. It catches patterns. I noticed my oil was darkening faster at 400,000 miles, which told me the rings were beginning to show age, which told me to shorten my interval from 5,000 to 4,000, and it creates resale value. The log alone adds thousands to the price if I ever sell. The notebook cost me $3. It is the most valuable thing in the truck after the engine. 12 habits, 711,000 miles, $9,400 in total maintenance over 18 years. Same engine, same transmission, never rebuilt. Not a single habit costs more than $80. Most cost nothing. Combined, they represent the difference between a vehicle that dies at 150,000 miles and one that reaches 700,000. 34 years of opening dead engines taught me one thing. Cars do not die of old age. They die of neglect. Take care of the machine, and the machine will take care of you longer than any warranty, any financing plan, or any salesperson ever will. Subscribe and share this video with every driver you know, because the cheapest vehicle you will ever own is the one you already have, if you know how to keep it alive.